Story time. Osaka, Japan, 1969. It was a warm summer evening. A family sitting together on the couch in front of the telly for their evening movie ritual. Espionage, gunshots, political drama. Escape from New York wasn't just a motion picture, but a window into the ever-weaving hidden world of spies, and a fascinating concept of conspiracies to the youngest in the room. A world that rocked the very foundation of governments and global incursions. Hideo was blown away. Sneaking, slyness, stealth. What made this genre so alluring? Is it the close calls, the shaves you'll encounter, or is there something deeper, innate in each and every one of us, drawn to the thrill, the climb and heart rate, knowing that one wrong step, one metric truck-kun away from becoming the newest anime protag in another faceless isekai? Stealth wasn't really a genre during early gaming. Many games focused on action, adventure, puzzles, but there was one, with the very first being 005. Is what I would say if I was an uncultured biscuit. We had Shoplifting Boy, preceding 005 by 2 years, coming out in 1979. With your wide stature and thirst for Mr. Miyagi's vitamin water, you proceed to exercise your 5-finger discount. Unfortunately, Guinness World Records decided not to acknowledge this ethically ambiguous gem. Hideo Kojima is one of the most highly regarded video game developers of our time. From recent outings like Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain and Death Stranding, the first Strand type of game of our generation. When you think of Kojima, you'll likely point to his most acclaimed series, Penguin Adventure. But right behind would be Metal Gear. One of the pioneers of the stealth genre, Kojima wore his influences on his sleeves by taking over the first Metal Gear project from a higher up. Metal Gear was originally created to be a combat-heavy title. However, due to system limitations, Hideo saw this as an opportunity. With the espionage and spy inspirations he had, he implemented them into the game to have it focus on stealth. With a fair amount of entries in the Metal Gear franchise, I decided to start from the beginning with his first Metal Gear game, the one that arrived on the MSX2. This was of course published by Konami, screw you, but before they were a penny-pinching, Pachenko-spewing publisher, they were a decent company, helping deliver the likes of Frogger and Castlevania. Since I don't exactly have an MSX or the bakery to produce enough bread to purchase one, I opted to use the emulator, the blue MSX. I had low expectations for the visuals walking in. Playing a game that predates my mom's primary school graduation isn't exactly going to be the pixel that breaks my 3080's back, but the graphics looked pretty decent for the time. This title gracing us in the year of our Lord 1987. That year we had classics release like Final Fantasy, Mega Man, Street Fighter, Contra, and of course, Captain America in the Doom Tube of Mr. Megaloman. You are David, better known as Rookie Dookie Solid Sneaky, a new recruit tasked by Daddy Big Boss to infiltrate Outer Haven to save Grey Fox and the other prisoners. On top of that, we're to learn and shut down the elusive Metal Gear. A solo man operation armed with nothing more than his fists and a glass half full. No, honestly, why is his health so low? Turns out you need to free some prisoners to increase your rank, and in turn, increase his health. Getting a bit ahead of myself. In this game, you have some basic controls, like walking with the arrow keys, but unfortunately you can't go diagonal, You can also deliver thunder and lightning with N and M. Accessing your weapons with F2, your items with F3, as well as your radio with F4. And using what you have equipped using the spacebar. Now, let's see what Lunchable's daddy packed today. We're here for a fun time, not a long time. Lighting up more than Outer Haven. We'll often get these radio calls from Big Boss, but honestly, he just goes and points out the obvious. We can ignore most of these calls and just explore the environment to see what we need to press on. Guards, what am I to do but to sneak? I proceed to slither to the depths where the sun don't shine. They can't see me, for I am one with the darkness. In the shadow realm, if you like. What is the optimal way of taking these goons out? That is to use your jabs and fleet away, like the little warm biscuit you are. With this optimal and courageous strategy of hit and run, you'll successfully get from point A to point B in a serviceable amount of time.
What you're seeing is advanced warfare.
This game has an obscene amount of backtracking, mostly because of my incompetence, but also due to the myriad number of keycards you can collect. When you get to the later levels of the game, you'll find yourself hitting the item menu button a couple dozen times, till you figure out that card number 172 you got from 5 levels and 11 save scrums away is the right key for this new door. This plug and play nonsense is evident in most of these doors, but only gets really bad in the later half of the game. I don't know why an organization needs 10 distinct keycards for the same level. Is the colonel lugging around an oversized satchel, digging between the list of disgraces that call themselves soldiers, in between the will to live, till he finds the right card to open up the lounge room for his midnight snackies? Overall, this game had a fair amount of tools, weapons, and ways to go about sneaking. It also had interesting storytelling elements. I wouldn't say this title is a must play, but that's to be expected with games that pioneered their respective genre. I was originally planning on making a separate video to review Metal Gear 2, but decided to combine them to cut corners. To compare and contrast these pioneers in a well-informed video. I'm not reviewing Snake's Revenge. Why, you may ask? Does this look palatable? I didn't think so. Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, also for the MSX. As the title alludes to, you play again as our titular chain-smoking operative, this time rocking his iconic bandana, and more of the labyrinth blueprints that would be Kojima storytelling. This narrative revolves around an oil crisis, with petrol deposits running drier faster than New York's summer runway drip. The scientist Dr. Marv creates a new organism that produces its own hydrocarbons. However, our chemist has been kidnapped, and we're tasked with a little search and rescue for his tush, and also to look into another Metal Gear project, Metal Gear D. Off the bat, this game improves upon the original Metal Gear in pretty much every way. This ain't Metal Gear 1.5 or Plastic Gear, it's Metal Gear 2, and it ups the ante. Better graphics, improved AI, less keycards, and the ability to go prone to get that authentic Snake experience. The only thing I'm still salty about are the janky punches and gun aiming. Not much was changed from the original to the sequel in this regard. I guess it wouldn't have been a hindrance if you're playing the game the right way. Although the gameplay improvements are notable, what really stands out is the storytelling. The interweaving plot threads, betrayal, weighted callbacks to the original game. Also, by exploring the complexities and nuances of war, it provides interesting dialogue, clashes of ideals, and a well-realized cast of three-dimensional characters, circumventing the binary storytelling of straight good and evil from titles around its time. I enjoyed the interactions between Gray Fox and Snake, with their clashing ideals and motivations bubbling up to the surface with their duel. Moments like these are what character-driven thrillers are all about, painting this world with a nice tint of gray, the same shade which will be evident in the rest of the series down the line.